Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel, guys. Hello, I'm actually filming this video on the last day of my semester at Sea program, which these last few days have been an emotional roller coaster for me. I've been getting these random waves of sadness, but then I'm also really excited to go home, and I had to kind of tell myself that's normal. It's okay to be excited to go home. It's also the holiday time, but I'm also really sad because I'm walking out of one of the most fun and exciting and transformative chapters of my life, where I was able to just meet incredible people, see the most incredible places. So it's just a lot. So I don't really have a format or a setup for this video, but I knew before walking away from this series I wanted to have things I wish I knew before going on SAS, because I think before SAS I watched a shit ton of YouTube vlogs, but I never watched a video like this, and I never, there was just certain things that I wish I knew before coming into this, and that's something I want to give to you guys who are at home, who are planning to do semester at sea. So I have a couple of notes that I wanted to touch on. I want to start off on the very beginning of the voyage, the first few weeks on SAS. It's so overwhelming because you're meeting so many different people. Everyone's so eager to make friends. You have the first few ports. For my voyage, for example, we only had a few days, I think less than a week from when we got on the ship in Amsterdam till we went to Portugal. So it was everyone was just trying to find their friends so they could find people to travel with independently. So the first few weeks are very overwhelming, and I think it's okay. I wish someone would have told me that it's okay, you're not going to be friends with every single person on the ship. To be honest, that's not really realistic, but it's okay to have those 10 to 15 to 20 or even 5 connections that you genuinely feel empower you to bring out the best version of yourself, or make this experience what you want it to be. So kind of just giving yourself grace those first few weeks, because you're going to be overwhelmed, you're going to be exhausted, you're going to be so tired of saying your name and where you're from. Also something I wish I would have done earlier in the voyage is changing the narrative from when I was first meeting someone. So going into the basics of hey, I'm Kiara, I'm from the Bronx, oh, this is my major, or kind of shifting it to, hey, my name's Kiara and this is what I'm passionate about. Because once you start talking to people about what you're passionate about, it sparks so much conversation, and that's when you really get to know people that isn't just surface level. So that's kind of something to expect your first few weeks, and kind of just it's very easy to stick to what's comfortable, because it's a very, it's a new experience. It's a very uncertain time because you know what you're signing up for, but you don't know exactly what to expect. So you're gonna go to what's comfortable. But I really recommend for everyone to challenge themselves, to just step outside of your comfort zone. This entire experience, you living on a ship within itself is you stepping out of your comfort zone, but you're gonna live on the ship and you're stepping into a whole new world, a new culture. This is your new home, so you want to make this home as safe and comfortable. So in order to do so, you just have to challenge yourself to meet the people that will allow you to do that. Because sometimes you'll go to certain people because it's what's easier, it's what's best in that moment, but later on they probably don't align with what you see for yourself on this experience. There are a lot of difficulties that comes with challenging yourself. I spoke about this earlier, but something that I constantly reminded myself of throughout this voyage is that I had a certain expectation on how I wanted this to go. Although me being a planner, and as much as I wanted to have things just go a certain way, that doesn't always happen. So you have to be adaptable, and you also just have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's gonna be what is going to make this experience what it is for you. You're gonna find yourself growing in those most uncomfortable spaces, but these are the things that you're gonna remember for months or years after this time. Learning how you like to travel and who to travel with, it's gonna take time. It's not gonna happen the first port, it's not gonna happen the second port, it might not even happen the third port. Sometimes it takes mid-voyage for you to figure out what works best for you as a traveler. And something that I will stick on to the day I die, it is that this voyage taught me, it is not the same thing to be a tourist and to be a traveler. And I wish, this is something I had to learn over time. But being a tourist, it's great to see these touristy places. It's great to learn the history of the city and see the great landmarks. But being a traveler, you are intentional and you indulge yourself into the cultures and the cultures of the local people in the country that you're visiting, because those local people are the heart and soul of the countries that you're at, and they are going to be the ones that give you a real glimpse of the place that you're at. And if you're spending this money to be there, that's what you should want. And you know, like, my biggest realizations were from interacting with locals and seeing the way locals live and just like seeing what their life is like. And me, like, I just found the passion in myself to wanting to contribute and to like change the narrative, or like even start a narrative for the people that are in the places that I went to. So yeah. And a big thing that I'm gonna kind of close out this advice video, I guess you can say, is time. At the beginning of the voyage, I felt like I had all the time in the world. It's like 3.5 months, close to 4 months, like time, you just have time, it's just there. But when you are consistently traveling and consistently like doing academics, or when you're in the middle of the freaking ocean, you lose track of time and you don't realize how quick it's going by until it's the day before you're about to get off the ship and you were just like, where the hell did time go? So something I found myself going through is that I felt like I had all the time in the world, and now I'm thinking about like, were there moments on this ship that I just let time get by me, or I didn't make the most of my time? And I'm gonna say yes. I'm also gonna give myself grace, but I'm also gonna say yes, that I wish I was more intentional at the beginning of the voyage and that I challenged myself more to make the most of this time. Because, you know, like any other person, I was kind of struggling to adapt, and I feel like that kind of made me miss out on making, you know, connections with certain people that I wanted to. Although eventually I did get my shit together and I feel like I made the connections with the people that I wanted to, I just know that those connections would have been much greater had I start like mid-September or early October rather than mid-November. Like, that difference in like that time makes a huge difference, and I wish someone would have told me that. And I say all this not to scare anyone off about this very scary and exciting and uncertain like experience or adventure that they're about to go through, but kind of to just have a sense of like guidance and a guideline on what to expect and how you can navigate this just very like unique experience. Although you won't fully know until you're here and you're living it out yourself. Anyone can give you all the advice in the world, but you won't truly know until you're going through it. Everyone's different. But if there's anything that I said in this video that you guys can take with you on this journey, I hope you do. And I wish you all the best of luck. And I just hope you know you are about to embark on the journey of your motherfucking life. And I'm just so happy and I'm so grateful to have experienced that. And I'm just really grateful for the people that I got to experience that with and share this with. Also, I never watched what to pack video, so I'm kind of just gonna throw in certain things in there that I feel like people should really know. The pillows, they're not it. They're not it. So if you're able to pack like an extra small little pillow, please do that, because my neck, I need to go home to a chiropractor because my neck is really unwell. So definitely bring a small little extra pillow, or if you have like a plush pillow, I do, it'll really go a really long way. A shoe, what's that, like the door shoe thingy, because you're not going to put shoes in it. You can put it in your bathroom, and that's where all your toiletries will go, and like you and your roommates could split it. It saves so much space. It's just so much more accessible. I got really lucky that my roommate brought it, but at the time, like if she didn't bring it, we would have been shit out of luck. But it's probably one of the most useful items that we had on, like, in this cabin. Snacks, I will say don't overdo it with snacks. So bring some snacks that you feel like you would really want or need from home, but you're gonna be picking up so much snacks along the way in every single port, and they're so cheap in countries. So like, don't stress too much about the snacks. Peanut butter, it depends on your taste buds with peanut butter, but a lot of people brought like jars and jars of like Skippy peanut butter, but honestly the peanut butter on this ship slaps, and that's one of the things I'm gonna miss the most. Okay, so honestly save yourself the room, I think personally, but I can be wrong. What else? You're going to need a world adapter. Well, personally I got like a world adapter. I'm actually gonna show it. So an adapter like this will genuinely save your life. I have the US, the EU, UK, Australia, and the US. You're able to plug this into the ship outlets. You're gonna need like a European adapter, but I was also able to use this in like Morocco, India, Kenya, when like the adapter converters change. So an adapter like this is going to save your life, so put this on your list. What else? Oh, and when you're packing clothes, really pay close attention. Like, see your itinerary and like the time, if you're going in the fall or the spring, and Google what the weather in that country would be like. And if it tells you it's going to rain, the weather's gonna range in 70 or 80 degrees, pack less sweatshirts, jeans, and sweatpants, because I can 110% reassure you that you're probably not going to use them that often. I packed so much jeans, so much sweaters that I probably wore once or twice, or not even at all on this voyage, especially because at least for a fall semester, when we were traveling to like Europe and Africa and Asia, it was going into their summer, so it was freaking hot when we were at sea. It was hot as hell when we were in their countries. So I didn't really, I could have done a little bit better pack, or I could have just packed less. So that's something I also wish I knew. And that's pretty much it. You're also gonna accumulate so much stuff as you go, with souvenirs, with clothes, with toiletries, with snacks. So kind of just leave room for that, and just like, you're not gonna need everything. There's hangers here too. My roommate brought hangers. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I hope this video helps you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning into my Semester at Sea series. If you haven't already done so, go view my Morocco, go view my Spain, my Kenya, and my India, which is going up before this one. And then I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my series. I love you guys so much, and I wish you all the best of luck. And just know Semester at Sea is gonna be everything you expect and more. Just know it's gonna come with its challenges, but if you weren't able to deal with those challenges, you wouldn't be there. So bye guys.